Hello. That was Penny. My name's Matt, and normally I'd be on Baltic level 2. We'd be together sitting around one of those tables with the view over the Tyne and the sensory room and all the activities that are up there and all the books, and I'd be doing an art activity with you all. But what with everything that's going on, schools are closed, everybody's staying at home, and the Baltic's closed as well. So instead, I'm going to try and do an art activity for you here, which you can do at home. And when we do these activities, meet and make on a Sunday afternoon at Baltic, we try to do them about the exhibitions, something that relates to one of the exhibitions. And if you've been up on level 4, you might have seen an exhibition called Animalesque. And Animalesque is all about animals. It's full of weird and wonderful things that artists have made, which talk about their ideas about animals, about how animals relate to each other, about sort of the strange relationships that humans and animals have. And the theme of this activity is about an idea called a chimera. And a chimera is when you get two animals and you blend them together. And there are a couple of examples of chimera in the exhibition. They're all over the place, but the ones you might have seen are like little figures. And there's one which is like half human, half dog, with kind of floppy ears. And it sits in the middle, where it stands in the gallery, surrounded by, it's about this big. It's surrounded by a circle of wood chip. And there are other ones if you look out for them. And we're going to make chimera. The other ones you might have come across is in stories. So I don't know if you ever have come across a centaur in a story. The centaur is an animal which is half horse and half man, the head of a man and the body of a horse. Or Pegasus, which is a flying horse. So it's a horse, but it's got wings, like a bird. What other ones do you have? The griffin, which is got the body of a lion and the head and the wings and the claws of an eagle. So those examples are from Greek mythology. Greeks loved chimera and that kind of idea. So we're going to make some chimera, and we're going to do it with collage. And I'll show you what you need. Got scissors, magazines. So we need some pictures of animals. You find pictures of animals in all kinds of magazines. These magazines, I borrowed them off my children. When you start looking out for pictures of animals, you'll find them everywhere. So I'm sure you'll find some pictures of animals. Some glue. I've also got some Pritt stick around here somewhere. I've also got some paper. The first thing to do is to get your magazine and to just have a look through it. Have a look through it. So I'm looking for pictures of animals to cut out, and I'm going to cut out quite a few. I've just opened it up, and what have we got here? I've got a picture of this dog. I'm going to have that. So, tips for cutting out. First things first, cut it out nice and big, so that then you've got it in your hand and it's easier to deal with than when it's still in the magazine. And then you're going to cut close, and the main tip I would give about cutting anything out, any complicated shape, is to hold your scissors straight out in front of you and don't turn the scissors around the picture, wiggle the picture around the scissors. There. So I'm going to carry on cutting out some animals, and as I'm doing it, I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking I've got a really good head there, and I know the size of it, so I'm going to think about the kind of body it might fit onto. And I'm going to carry on looking through my magazines to see what I can find. I've got a picture of a panda bear. I'm thinking that's about the same shape. Now what you find sometimes when you're doing collages is you get lots of great heads, but not all the photographs that you might have in your magazine got bodies on them. So it's always a good idea to find some shots where you've got the whole animal in, because then you know that you're going to get some legs in there somewhere or some bodies. Right, I've cut out lots of animals. I've got rid of all my magazine clippings and I'm going to roll out this piece of paper. I've got all my animal cutouts here. This is where it might get a bit tricky with the camera angles, and I might have to pick up my phone. I'm recording this on my phone. But what we got here, we've got now comes the nice bit, which is looking at the pictures and trying to see what jumps out at you that might fit together. So I can see, for example, the potential for a snow leopard crossed with an owl. Can you see that? And I can see, if you wanted to get even more, kind of mix it up a bit more, it could have the head of an orangutan, whatever kind of ape that is. Panda bear with the head of the head of a frog, maybe. Don't know about that one. Arch hair. Maybe could have a beak and feathers like that, and a mixture between a hair and a bird. Or I have a penguin with this sort of like this angry chick's head. Feed me, feed me. How about this little funny chihuahua thing with the head of an ape there, chimpanzee. Okay, so I've been messing about with these cutouts, and I think there's a couple that I'm definitely going to do. So I'm going to talk you through those. I'm definitely going to do this owl leopard dog. Okay, so what I do is I'm going to roughly put them in position where I like them. I think it's going to be like that. And then I'm going to take the scissors. Hang on, can you see that? There we go. I'm going to take the scissors and I'm going to cut off the bits that I can see that I don't want to see. So I can see the tail feathers of this owl behind here, and I don't really want to see that. And then when I put the head on the leopard, I can still see the top of the dog's head on the leopard. I can still see the top of the leopard's head. So I'm going to chop that off as well. Okay, I'm going to stick that down. There we go. What do you think of that? I'm going to stick it down on the paper. I really wanted to use this fish, but in the animals that I'd already cut out, I couldn't find anything that would nicely collage with it. So I went back to the magazines and I found a duck. You see that? This little duck's head. So, it's very simple. I thought I'd make a duckfish. I'm going to glue that one as well. So I've been really busy sticking and cutting, and I'm ready to show you my collection of animals. Here's the owl dog leopard and the trout duck. Maybe it's not a trout, I don't know, probably a salmon. We've got the chimpanzee redbreast. Squirrel lemur. What are we going to call this one? Hairbird. And a chick penguin. I definitely like these ones best. I like this one, I like this one, and I like this one. These are my favourites. But I just want to share this. I want to share this one thing with you, because I made this. This made itself all by itself. So this is the polar bear with the cat's head on it, and I was cutting it out because I wanted to stick it on this piece of paper, and this is it turns out this is a poster that came free in a magazine, and as I cut it out, just so happened that on the back of this there's this totally cosmic pattern, so which made me realize these things are going to look great on a pattern. So where you can, no, I'm going to show you now, I'm going to cut them out and put them on their own pattern. Whoa, look at that. That's great. You can pick these on anything. You might stick them onto cards to send people, or you might get a sketchbook, a small sketchbook, and put one on each page, and then you write stories about them, or make like your own natural history book. I've been Matt. I hope you've enjoyed this activity, making Chimera. I hope you do it at home and that you have a lot of fun. Wherever this is published on the Baltic website, there will be a hashtag, and if you make some of these and you'd like to share them with us, then post it wherever you are on social media and put the hashtag on, and we'd love to see them. Meanwhile, every week we'll be posting these videos while the Baltic's closed, and see you next time. Thanks very much.